Hey, everybody, welcome to Aim Down Sights, a Fortnite podcast. My name is Grim from Grim's Forge Gaming. You can find me on YouTube. I also have a Twitch that I barely use, but we might be over there from time to time. We're here with BJE23. You can find him pretty much everywhere. BJ, how are you?
Oh, hello there. How are you doing? I'm doing all right.
Good, good. We're also here with Call Me Dookie. Dookie, how are you?
Yo, I'm doing fabulous. How we doing tonight, guys?
We're doing awesome. We're doing awesome.
Good.
So today's episode, we've already done Aim Down Sights episode number 1, and it was live while we were doing a charity stream. And since we had the band together, we had been trying to coordinate a time to record it, we just thought, hey, you know what? We're all here. One takes the fun take. Let's just do this thing live right now. And one of the portions that we wanted to do during that, and we were just running a little short on time because we actually wanted to get into the gameplay and we had some challenges and some other things, was we wanted to deep dive into a little bit about ourselves. One of the portions that we're going to have for the podcast is we'll be inviting content creators onto the show and we'll be asking them a handful of questions. And so some of those questions we might as well answer ourselves tonight to so you can get to know us a little better and maybe this helps us uh this introduces us to each other a little bit more. What do you guys think?
I like it. I like it. Little Q&A action, little get to know you kind of thing.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
maybe some truth or
Sounds
dare.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
Two truths
okay,
and one lie.
two truths and one lie. All right, we're going to start with BJE23. And the first thing that we're looking for is how long have you been creating content? And out of that content that you create, what aspects of it do you handle yourself from video editing, render, doing the thumbnails and everything? And kind of go into how long it takes you to get the footage, cut the footage up, where are you putting your footage out to, things like that.
All right. Well, first I actually started on doing it for how long? 3 years now. Holy moly, it's been forever. I started on PS4 console, and basically I had one of the worst internet you can actually think of. So you're basically looking at I started on Smite, so you're looking at a smart smart Smite. I was doing Joust mainly, and I was like, well, not very good internet connection. It would go in and out, and then it said broadcast has stopped recording, but they can still hear you. So I was like,
So
oh,
they
okay.
heard you cussing up a storm. You're like, this
I was
thing
like,
sucks. This sucks. This is
what
terrible.
this?
Yeah. So were you recording gameplay or were you doing builds
I
for
was
different gods for Joust?
what I was doing, I was just basically doing like a full build for just full power. Like my favorite one was Poseidon. That's how I started first off of, and then went to basically mage. I was doing mage joust builds. I love joust, and then soon enough I went and was like, well, let me stop going live because I don't have very good internet connection, and then I would start playing, making build videos, and then I started switching between different games, which is very very bad to do. It was chaotic. Like I would take at least like a whole entire week of just recording, and then I was doing a full hour of. So I would have to go through a whole entire video for an hour just to edit stuff.
Just to be clear, why would you say it was bad? Because of the algorithm, nobody being able to find you,
Well,
or what?
you have that, and also you're doing like over. I was playing Smite, Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls Online. What else is there? Just some plain funny haha games that are like Goat Simulator, all these games, and you're kind of ruining yourself for a solid algorithm for like building a community of one.
Is Goat Simulator a real game?
It actually is.
Yes, yes. You've never played Goat
It
Simulator?
actually
Oh
is.
my
It's the
gosh.
goat, man. I mean, come
Are
on.
you serious?
Yes, you
Like you
play
just run around as a goat during this?
Yes.
you run around as a goat, and then you're just pretty much creating havoc. Like there's a jetpack, so you got a flying goat.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever heard of pigs can fly, but you have goats can fly.
That's right.
I've
So,
been missing out apparently.
oh yes, it is very funny. They have Goat Simulator 3, and it is in in Fortnite. So I
They
might.
have PvP, like Goat Simulator PvP.
You can actually do PvP if you want to. Like you can play.
Oh
You can
my
play with your friends.
gosh.
You can play with your friends, and then just your goat can die, and then you respawn. So it's nothing bad. There's like a King of the Hill, but I just don't have any. I don't have friends that like to play that game.
Weird.
It's very weird. Yes, yes.
Okay.
But
How long did it take you to edit all the videos and do that? How long were you doing that for?
I was looking at least a week or 3 weeks, and it was time consuming. Like I had the burnout of YouTube
Mhm.
just by going through it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with those questions, let's bounce those questions over to Call Me Dookie, and then we'll circle back around with the next group of questions.
Remind me what the first question was again, bro.
So, do you
How was your
play
day?
goats? Goats? Yeah, I think how was your day was the first question,
That's true.
actually.
That's true.
The
Yeah.
first one.
It's a great day. Great day.
Good. Good. You're winning. Do you play Goat Simulator?
I don't currently play Goat Simulator, but I tried it once on
Okay.
PS4.
Okay. So the question would be, how long have you been creating content? Where do you send your content out to? And as far as creating that content, creating the thumbnails, doing the editing, and all of that, what do you handle? What's that process take you roughly?
Well, I stream only on Twitch right now. I'd love to eventually multi-stream onto YouTube as well, but the old Wi-Fi connection probably couldn't handle that right now. So I stream exclusively on Twitch. I post all my videos on YouTube, and then I post all of my shorts, reels, whatever you want to call them, on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts as well. Uh, for how long I've been doing this, my first stream was in, I want to say January or February of 2023. So at the time of this recording, just about a year now.
Oh,
The
nice.
I did not stay with it the whole time. Let's just say I wasn't faithful with the streaming the whole time. I took a little break. But the way I got into it, I was playing Fortnite duos with my best friend. Shout out Stromboli. We were playing duos one day, and I said for fun on PS5, I said, you know what, let's just stream. I didn't have a face cam, but I feel like every kid at one point has just wanted to hit that stream button on the PS5. They've always seen it, but no one's ever done it. And I hit that stream button and I sent it to my dad. I sent the link to my dad, and he watched for a little bit, and the rest is history. Let's just say that we can dive deeper into that in a little while. But yeah, for the whole process of editing, making thumbnails, I do everything myself. But now that's a lie, guys. The first video I ever posted, Stray Highlights Part One on YouTube, I paid someone on Fiverr to make that video for me. I'm gonna come clean. I'll be honest.
What'd that cost you?
That was like $70, I think. And the reason it was that, it wasn't for the quality of the video. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I edit my own videos now. It was because of how that video came out. It was because I didn't cut any of my clips up and I just sent him the whole stream. And it takes a while to look through a whole 3 or 4 hour stream, and
Oh
make a
yeah.
video out of that. So it was time consuming. So that's what was the major component in that cost. But I got the motivation to make my own videos from the result of that video, let's just say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy editing my own videos now. It was really scary to think about at first because no one really knows how to do that when you start. I mean, I think I can speak for all 20-year-olds out there that have eventually they used iMovie on Apple products back in the day when they were kids, and that was about all our experience editing. But that's what YouTube's for. That's what Google's for. And there's a lot of free editing softwares out there where you can make your own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughters are messing around with CapCut, and they're
Yep.
making a lot of videos with their friends in school right now, so, and they're only in like fourth grade, second and fourth
Mhm.
grade. So CapCut seems to be this free thing that the kids at that age range are, that, they've got it figured out and they could do really cool things. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, CapCut's great. I used that for a while before I moved on to Adobe Premiere Pro, where it's a little more advanced, but CapCut's still really good.
yeah. Yeah. Did you miss any of those questions, BJ? Where are you sending your stuff out to right now?
Oh, where I've been sending my stuff out? We're talking about like live streaming,
Yeah, because I
videos
know
and
you were
whatnot.
on Kick for a while, weren't you?
I'm still on Kick. I go live.
Just Kick, or what are you doing?
I do Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. I don't like you said the internet power. I go by a third party source. This would be a hashtag no ad, but I use Aircast. It's only $8 a month. So
Pretty
up
good
to you
deal.
if you want to do the multicast. It's up to you.
Very cool.
Um, hashtag no ad. So remember that we're not sponsored yet. But I've been doing. I started multicasting for how long now? Like a month. And I will gladly be said like streams are there's more and more like interact with more and more people. Uh, I gladly almost have 10 followers on Kick and Twitch. Not combined, but they're pretty much even. So to me, come follow me on Twitch and Kick as well. There you go.
Have you noticed, have both of you guys noticed by streaming on both, like on Twitch, has that benefited your YouTube channel?
I have not lately, but I do know that I post all my stuff on Twitter, or do you want to call it X? I'm not sure what you want to call it now. I share it on there, and then I also share it on your. If you have enough subscribers, you have your own community, and basically you can post your YouTube stream or Kick or Twitch stream onto your community.
Yeah,
So
I would probably venture to say that YouTube benefits your stream more than your stream benefits YouTube, you know, just getting those viewers from your videos and sending them to your live streams. Discoverability is kind of tough on Twitch as it is right now. So you have a more of a chance of getting discovered, let's say, on your YouTube clips.
I
Yeah,
have been noticing. I'm sorry to go through that if you pop a short out on YouTube and then you go live right after it, you're gonna get a whole bunch of traffic coming in. I've been noticing that too. So there's a fun fact.
Dookie said something during the charity stream. Because you do a great job asking people, "Hey, how'd you find me?" And you had asked that to a couple of the people that were new on your comments, and they had said, "Well, they're on Twitch, right? They just said what? That they searched you?"
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so I got a couple new viewers in that I hadn't recognized, and I always like to strike up a conversation with them, make them feel welcome. And I just happened to ask. I said, "Well, I'd love to know how you found the channel because by no means am I a big channel. I'm very, very small channel still." So I was curious, because a lot of people don't go typing in "Call Me Dookie" into their search bar on Twitch. And the answer was kind of what I expected, but at the same time very encouraging. They looked at Fortnite streamers, which is what I was streaming at the time, and they looked at streamers with low amounts of viewers that they enjoyed and that were engaging. So as long as you're engaging, I mean, it'll help you to get you a long way, even if you don't have a lot of viewers.
Yeah, you do a really good job with that.
I had one the other day. It was I was doing a duo with Mr. Meet the Austins, and on my YouTube one, this guy just came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I just found you." I was like, "Oh, cool, welcome. How's it going, man?" And I was like, it just struck to me. I was like, "How'd you find me?" I didn't really ask that, but he said, "I was just bored.
It's just bored.
I was just bored scrolling through YouTube, and boom, I found you." I was like, "Oh, thank you, man. Every view counts."
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been making content for probably 4 years. I started out making content on Elder Scrolls Online, and the only reason I really started making the content, I didn't really ever want to be a content creator per se, but a side business that I do is training athletes at the time, professional fighters, and social media is very important to these individuals and how they use it and growing and scaling a channel. And if you think about these athletes, they have post-fight and pre-fight interviews and things that they can turn around and get the content and put on their social media. And sponsorship really drives these professional athletes. So, and endorsements and all kinds of stuff. And so growing and scaling a YouTube channel was very important to me. But as a coach or as a like 25-year coach, um, I thought I had pressure from I was playing Elder Scrolls Online, and these individuals I run around with are like, you just killed 10 people by yourself. That's crazy. And you need to be making content. And So eventually, I was like, well, if I'm going to make content, I guess I could, make a game channel. And so that's what I did. I made a gaming channel for Elder Scrolls Online, and the thematic builds really kind of interest me. I want to make certain players and run different loadouts or different like off meta builds and off meta play styles and see if I can make it work. And if I can't, I can't. But how true to the character can we play and put myself at a disadvantage? And so that was a lot of fun for me. But I did that Elder Scrolls Online for probably 4 years. And if you go back and you look at my first thumbnails, I didn't even have thumbnails actually when I first started. I didn't even know how to do video titles either. I think if you were to look at my other Grimsforge Gaming YouTube channel, not my newer Fortnite channel, my first titles were just the random number generators that YouTube assigns a video.
Yeah, those are
And yeah, and I had no thumbnails, no nothing, and I felt exactly what you were talking about, Dookie, when you hit that record. And here I'm an older guy, I just turned 46, but I felt that like, oh, this is fun. I'm
Yeah.
about to record my gameplay right here, and hopefully something epic happens. And fortunately, I was far enough along in ESO my journey where I was training people in that game, so my PvP was up to par. So I had tons and tons of epic, crazy stuff to where people were like, "Oh, how do you even do that?" And then that led me into more of my wheelhouse, which is coaching PvP. I like to be a coach and educate and help people, and so that's how I got into that. But um, I did my own thumbnails. I did my own everything because it was a learning process for me. And if I'm going to be coaching or preaching it, I want to learn how to do that stuff. And there's so many free software out there to create all of this stuff. And so many different softwares that you can get audio, make video, everything free too. You don't have to pay for it. And there's even sites now that you can upload your entire stream to, and it will go through and select. You put check little boxes of, I want all the kills, all the moments when my health got low, all the moments, and it goes through and cuts it all up by itself. It's AI, so you got to go through and double check it. But now I 4 years ago we didn't have that,
Yeah.
so but that's how I started. And then recently, within the past year, I graduated over to Fortnite and moved away from ESO. So, um, okay,
that was just like just yeah. So it's just also for me. It's I did it as well. Community wise, it was brutal for me for community wise. Like for that you can tell a difference between for different communities for like YouTube, like Fortnite. You have what? Oh, I you kill a bot. That's all you do. You have that, and also what's the other one for ESO? This build's not good. But
yeah,
I just like
yeah,
I really love the Fortnite because you can literally make your own loadout, and if it hits for you, keep doing it.
yeah. Um, do you have anything on community to add? I have stuff to add about that. You had some good points there. What do you got, Dookie, on community with the games, or at least your community, or have you
Yeah.
noticed that
I mean,
toxicity or
I've done well, I've made a big effort in my community, especially to try to keep toxicity out of it. I've had a couple encounters. I had a lot of encounters towards the beginning of my content creation of toxicity, but it's really just establishing ground rules. And as long as you're welcoming to everyone, people will be toxic because they want to stand out, and no one wants to just go with the flow. People don't like people don't get attention sometimes, and it's unfortunate, and they believe that that's how they can get attention is by being toxic and standing out in your live stream or in your videos. But it's all about just welcoming everyone. I think, I'll have a couple people come back to my streams. The first time they'll come back, wow, dude, how'd you miss that snipe? Are you a bot or what? You play it off, dude. I'm the biggest bot there is. What are you talking about, man? Like, you play it off. And once you don't let, the toxicity win and take over, it's you'll either get rid of it or you'll gain them over really easily. I've had a good 4 or 5 people now that'll just come back, and now they're good members in my Twitch community now that just keep engaged, and they're there every stream.
Yeah. It's strange how some of the time your haters or your toxic haters or whatever, they'll catch every single stream.
Yeah,
They're
Oh
more
exactly.
my
consistent.
gosh,
They're
yes.
more consistent with catching the stream than even the people that love you to death. So
Yeah,
that's what's up with that.
yeah,
But going back to ESO, when we're talking about community, the community was probably the hardest. Uh, was the thing that was the hardest for me to step away from ESO. And while there's a lot of toxicity, like there's two sides of the spectrum. There's one side that's very toxic, elitists, and they call people bots and do everything else. I felt like there was way more people just simply looking for help. They wanted to get better at the game, and so my interactions with the community, for the most part, were really positive. I love the community, and it's just, and also the age range too. It was older people. Um, it's an MMO, or a massive multiplayer online with full, very diverse builds and stuff like that. And so um, that was my experience. And I did run into toxicity and stuff like that in the game, but not near as much as, the people that were really nice and looking for help. And then I noticed that paradigm, or that shift, when I went to Fortnite, because it's a younger audience, I think. And so it's interesting over there in Fortnite. Massive game, way bigger of a game than
yeah,
ESO, way
Oh
bigger
yeah.
of a game. So um, I think that my take right now probably on that is the communities for the content creators. Like I'm not going to call anybody out. I really want to call someone out. There's a
Don't
particular
do it.
I'm not
Don't
going to do
do
it.
it.
There's a particular content creator that is blatantly cheating, blatantly cheating, and makes content on it, and then even puts the very buzz word or triggered titles. Am I cheating? Yes, you are absolutely cheating. you know and so the frustrating thing about me is to see that, and they're not getting banned, and it's because they're a massive content creator for the game. And so, but it's interesting, the younger age range. Being an older gamer or whatever, you understand what human capabilities are, and I can tell when someone's tab targeting someone or using a third party source.
yeah,
And when it's not human reaction time, especially working with combat sports and like working with some of the best hand-eye coordinated individuals in the world, you know and I understand what a flick shot is, and I also understand what a blatant tab targeting, or using, ESP, and using um, cheating software is. And so you see that, and that's a little disheartening for me. So, because I'm a competitive individual, and I think, and then when you catch streams and you see a lot of people saying that's all it is at the highest levels, is, a bunch of people using this stuff, and it's just like, oh man. So
Yeah, I've actually been fun fact, actually accused of cheating before, just with the sussy aim. It's only because of the I don't want to say it, but aim assist.
yeah, yeah,
I've been controller player for shoot, started playing controller, I believe 5 years old. You know, so pretty much 20 years controller player. I'm finally going back, not going back, but upgrading. I'm not sure if you count as upgrade, but I bought Xbox controller. Xbox, what's the new ones they have now? Series XS. Is that
the,
it?
yeah, I
So
think so. I was PlayStation. I don't know much about Xbox.
it's so much of a different feel that I couldn't. I didn't stream. I didn't do any content. I haven't. So I just want to get used to the feel of that controller. And me for being, I did PlayStation on the way, dude. It's so much different, and it just, I'm not gonna say it feels smooth, but yes, smooth. It's just very, very different. it's kind of hard to explain it. It's kind of like you're eating seafood for like how much you want to say, like 3 months, and then boom, you're getting a steak, and then it's like different taste. Yeah,
That's quite
He,
the upgrade, though.
I
Seafood
know,
is
right?
not good at all.
Seafood to steak.
Isaac, you just got a new PC. Are you using a controller or did you go to keyboard and mouse?
I got
Oh,
my fancy pantsy. No, it's not fancy at all. Guys, you don't have to be ashamed of using a controller, okay? Just because your friend has a PC and you're playing on PlayStation does not give them an advantage. You have aim assist. Take advantage of it,
do you
okay?
guys notice that? Do you notice aim assist with
Oh
the
yeah,
controller?
Absolutely.
I
I
had
would be such a bot if when I played on PlayStation, I would have been such a bot if I
Because
didn't have
you've
it.
tried keyboard and mouse since switching to
Yep.
since
I couldn't
getting
do
the
it.
PC.
I
I gave
I
myself a
have
month to try to learn it. I couldn't do
I
it.
have solo games. I'm learning how to do it. Like I have Thief Simulator. I bought that just to try it out, and it really feels different. But Thief Simulators, oh my god, you want trying something for solo play? Try it out.
So the aim assist is a really interesting topic. We're getting a little off topic, but maybe this is a topic for another podcast. But the aim assist is such an interesting topic when you have a game that is massive in this Fortnite scale and you got people playing it on different platforms, right? And I wonder how powerful aim assist is on PlayStation versus Xbox versus there is zero aim assist on PC. And it's that's another whole topic. You always see people saying PC is the master race and PC has ultimate control, and it's like, bro, that ultimate control is ultimate. I'm shooting all over
Yeah,
here and over here.
Your
yeah,
sensitivity.
Yeah, your
yeah. We
sensitivity.
we, we can talk about that topic next week if you want to, because I'm still on the urge of getting more news and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna pick at least hand pick them and then just release them because there's just a bunch coming.
yeah. So next question then, I guess to start filling in our blanks here. Who is a list of content creators that you like watching, and how did they inspire you, BJE?
Are we talking about for YouTube wise and whatnot?
Yeah, yeah. What's a
So,
content creator you watch and you're like, man, I wish I could do that, or you just really admire their work?
uh, there's like different games that I would really admire. I do have a few handful. I watch Smithy for like funny moments and whatnot. Big Puffer, I watch them too. Ninja for Fortnite, uh, just to see how everything's going. And for Smite, I just watched like different bunch of games, but the person who really turned me on to over to content creation was Weekend on Smite, because he was very very good, and I didn't follow any of his builds, and I was just watching. I was like, wow, how cool would it be to actually, he went pro on that game. I know they have a console league as well, so I was like, I want to set my foot into a competitive, a hard, awesome game that would be like, oh hey, he's competitive and he's on a team, on a console team. He's considered as a sweat, per se.
Yeah. What about you, Dookie? Who's the content creators you like?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's real easy. My number one, you may have heard of him. He's pretty big. His name's Nick A30. My guy, Nick A30. And I'll tell you why. It was kind of forced because growing up in a very conservative household, I was not allowed to watch a lot of streams outside of Nick A30, and that's because he's very family friendly and he keeps his content clean and very kid friendly. And at first it became all right, I'm gonna have to watch this guy, but it turned into I actually enjoy his content now. And he's not the only guy I watch anymore. I watch a couple others, but I what I try to do to base my content off theirs at least or take ideas from them is I try to take one aspect of their streams or their content that they use and try to put it into my own. I take Nick A30's family friendliness and I try to put it in my own. I take Laserbeam and Queso's personality and humor, and I try to put it in my own because you don't have to be the best player in the world, but if you've got a great personality, people are gonna watch. Laughter goes a long way. There's this guy I found on YouTube recently, very small YouTuber. I think he's got maybe 100K. His name is I am Rob, and I am Rob is one of the funniest guys I've seen. And his thing is he platinums every PlayStation game, which no one likes to platinum every PlayStation game because that is torture and that takes so long. And he's doing it, and he stands out, and it really inspires me to try to find that one thing to stand out and try to go the extra mile. And so shout out I am Rob. You know, you don't hear him a lot, but I would say definitely Nick A30, Queso, Laserbeam, I am Rob. They've definitely inspired me, and I've tried to take a couple of their skill sets and apply them to mine.
Yeah. Um, as far as content creators and stuff, I think in ESO, I really liked Kev Do It, his humor and everything. Kev Do It moved on to be, you know, I don't know what the proper term is, but he now covers all different games, right? And he cycles back around.
Variety streamer.
Variety streamer, thank you.
Yeah, like I was trying to do at an early
Yeah,
age.
and he is just absolutely killing it. So, and we had him on another podcast, and it was just super fun. And Kev Do It would always end every one of his videos with him and other people that were in the game, his character in game dancing, like emoting together, right? And it would always close out the video as a dance party. And so we made sure that after our podcast that all of our characters danced together. Like he interrupted us, right? And he said, "Well, wait, that's not it." And we're like, "What?" He's like, "It can't end like that." And then it goes into him, the dancing and stuff. And so that was really cool. It was like, "Oh, cool. I got to dance with Kev Do It." But
Yeah.
I like Kev Do It, and I really like Cypher PK. I like Cypher PK because I played Elder Scrolls Online with Cypher before Cypher was Cypher
Yeah.
today,
That's awesome.
and that meteoric rise to he has 5, 6, 7 million, multi-million
Yeah.
sub YouTube channels
Mhm.
now, and his content is just off the charts and super clean and very unique. He has a great presentation and very charismatic, and I love that. And he does really good with behind the scenes as well as covering the game. And so when Cypher moved from Elder Scrolls Online, which he was a demigod on the battlefield in
Yeah.
ESO. Cypher was they call it a 1vxer, and he would be regularly fighting 20 plus people by himself and killing them.
Jeez.
And then in zone chat, people would say Cypher PK's over here murdering everybody, murking everyone. Um, but he was a very small streamer, just high skill set. And then I even got behind the scenes look into some like drama in his life that led to the transition from ESO to Fortnite. And that was when we were interviewing another content creator on the channel, and he was really close to Cypher, and he was telling us a lot of things that were interesting. But so Cypher makes the transition over to Fortnite and just absolutely blows up,
Yeah.
just explodes. And so I would have to say that he I like his content, and it is right place, right time, and right person for the job. It was the perfect storm for his situation. So I'm just really impressed and in awe of that. So um, okay, so what's your plans for the future with your channels, and what are you really enjoying doing right now? BJE23.
I would really like to just go live more often. I really love the interaction, and it's just for me, it's for Fortnite in general. It's just been very very sweaty, and I've literally tried to play today, and I was like, I don't even feel like streaming because I've had a handful of games that I'm getting on at like 7 o'clock, playing within like an hour before the cups start to go live, and oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, I would like to at least go live more often. Multicast, of course. I would like to at least hit 10 followers on Twitch and Kick. That'd be awesome. But I would like to start making this as a little side hustle. Right now, it just feels like a little hobby. You know,
What about you? Call me Dookie.
I don't have any like crazy big goals. I don't want to, become a full-time streamer, content creator and go live in a mansion in Los Angeles and get to hang
Sounds
out with
super terrible.
Ninja and Cypher PK because that sounds like the worst thing in the world, right? No,
Mhm.
no, no. Right now, I'm just enjoying the process, guys. No one goes into everyone goes into this wanting to be the big shot, but you just got to enjoy it, honestly. I think every streamer that I've heard talk about, they have thousands of followers now. They all can tell you about the days where they had 2 and 3 viewers in their chat watching. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'd love to get to the hundreds, thousands viewers. But right now I'm just enjoying it. I don't have any crazy long-term goals, just slowly increase my following, slowly increase my content. Uh Nothing crazy. I just got my PC. That was one of my biggest goals for the longest time was to just get the PC and get going. So my big goals now are to keep learning how to edit videos, keep learning how to make nice thumbnails, and to just stay consistent.
consistency is key.
Yeah,
Consistency is key.
Yes, I actually did go back have a PC as well. I would like to say thank you, Jason, for
yeah.
actually helping me build it. I had a little few hiccups, and when I was having a few hiccups, I was like, "Dude, I cannot do this. Let me just ship this to you and work your magic on this thing, please." But thank you for him.
The
Yes.
behind the scenes wizard
Behind the
Jason
scenes
back at
wizard,
it.
yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
Jason is the owner of MVP Gaming, actually part of the stream team
Mhm.
that we're all part of, and so we got a lot of really cool things ahead in the future for MVP Gaming. But yeah, Jason's my go-to guy when it comes to tech or anything like that. He's just a wealth of knowledge and always super helpful. So
And Jason is always listening, guys. When you don't think he's listening, he's there. He's in your ears, he's in your head. And if you want to know what he looks like, one day we'll do a face reveal. But just imagine Lex Luthor with eyebrows.
We already
There you
did
go,
one.
guys.
We already did a
I
face reveal.
like it. I
You
like
like it?
it.
He's probably laughing so
Yeah,
hard right
I
now.
know.
He's probably,
That or he's sleeping because it's
yeah, he might be asleep.
yeah, he might be asleep.
So how
But
about for you? What's your plan for the future for you there, Graham?
right now my only commitment, like something that I'll hold solid, is going to be the podcast here.
Yeah,
So um and still learning. I would like to learn the intricacies. Who wouldn't want to learn the intricacies of what Cypher PK did?
absolutely.
I want to learn that. I want to learn how it is. I can tell you something that I've kind of come to over the last 3 months. And the last 3 months, I had my 3 to 4 thousand subscriber YouTube channel, and it was smaller Elder Scrolls Online niche market. I'm training PvPers, and I'm doing proof of life, like me killing a bunch of people and then sharing the build. Here's the build, and here's that play style. Um, I wanted to move away from that game. I started making Fortnite content, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's do growing and scaling a channel again, and let's see how it's different now that I know how to do thumbnails, now that I know how to do the titles. I know how to do the descriptions and place your videos properly and stuff like that. Also, I didn't use shorts for Elder Scrolls Online much. I just started dabbling with that before I made the new Fortnite channel. So let's see what that looks like. So I've had the new Fortnite channel for about 3 months, and I've been very consistent with at least a video a week and at least 1 to 2 shorts a week, maybe more. And I'm at like 55 subscribers. And
That's not bad.
I've only gone live twice, 3 times on it. And going live, I think, is the key.
Yeah,
Um, I think by going live, there are times where I went live, and even with really small subscribership, I gained 5 subscribers out of going live because people like to see your face. They like to interact with you, bare minimum. So get you to answer their questions or watch you do challenges or see how you handle certain situations. You handle stress or you handle do you gloat when you win, or they want to get to know you.
Yeah.
And so, but it looks to me like going live is the key. And so then the question becomes, do I go live on Twitch, and then do I utilize YouTube as a 24-hour billboard to direct traffic to my live streams? And YouTube is always there, um, generating new interest for me, right? I need to cut and edit up my live streams, make sure that YouTube is one of those places for it. That billboard is always there to direct traffic to me because, like we were talking about, discoverability. And so these things have been coming into my thought process over the last 3 months. And so, um, realistically, I'm not sure, game wise. I do feel a little bit of a pull back to Elder Scrolls Online. I don't like the game developer per se, but I miss the community there. And I always have people reaching out to me saying, "We need you back. We need you back." And so it's very different too to go from somebody that is seeked out for PvP training and seeked out for things to getting absolutely murked by 7-year-olds in Fortnite. Embarrassed, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
and so, um, a- and that's to be expected because I need to get better at the game. And so I'm at this weird part right now where I'm like trying to decide, do I commit the next year of my gameplay life to jumping into creative maps and just become the epitome of combat, meet my potential, meet my craving for competition,
Yeah.
or do I spend that time, or is it better for me to spend that time doing the creative maps and doing other things? And so I'm at a weird spot right now where I'm trying to decide all that. I enjoy playing Fortnite with you guys. Like the Protect the President was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that was very fun.
Yeah, the chicken was a lot of fun, even though I had to leave partially through that, the chicken challenge. And somehow you guys miraculously kept me alive and almost got, and we got
That's all to
third.
that
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
over
yeah.
there. He made you fly like a little birdie.
Yeah, we got third in that match too because of everything that you guys did. And so I have fun doing the challenges, but back to your point, BJ, about it being ultra sweaty and stuff, there's a when it's ultra sweaty, it's not an atmosphere that's conducive of learning, right? It gets a little pressure.
It's
It's like
getting
pressure.
embarrassed a lot of the time.
It's
I
getting
lost at least 5 pounds when
yeah,
sweating.
it's getting embarrassed a lot of times, and it's not an atmosphere that's conducive of learning. And so then it's like, um, do you throw yourself in the creative maps and get embarrassed in there? And the rate of combat is much quicker, right? So your
Agree.
learning curve is much quicker, right? Because we've seen it in Fortnite. We can go an entire we could be the last 20, it could be down to 20 and we're running squads, it could be down to 20 and we've not run into anyone. It happens. And then the first fights that we run into, we get wiped. And so the combat is a little bit more sporadic. And so, but I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at on
I've
everything.
been noticing that when you're doing a squad and doing like a duo, you're basically changing up your loadout. Like you can use like I have more heals for like a squad, just so I can be that little medic that you need. For like duos and whatnot, I just use more movement. And then for solos, I'm just looking at two guns, movement, and then heals, and then popping off like like John Wick looking for bounty after bounty.
Yeah.
You know, but I have been noticing there's like when you're by yourself, you're changing your play style.
Yeah.
That's like I'm not sure if everyone else has noticed that because you can be streaming it if you want to. You can be collecting clips. I've collected clips that I've did it solo, and I think my last solo I ever did was the Alien one for Hey, I come in peace.
Yeah.
And it does revolve around what you said earlier about the you know doing content for the YouTube and then doing like videos. I haven't done shorts in like a month now, and I've just been doing little small 3-minute videos, but I've been doing it twice and then live streaming I've actually done 3 days in a row, and I was like I just felt like taking a little break because I had some sinuses problems. I was like, well, I'm not feeling real well. I'm just, my head is, like hurting. I just want to take today off, and then, who knows, tomorrow I'll start setting up a schedule and then say, hey, I want to start being live for like, like 4 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah. Do you change your loadout based on group size, Dookie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like if I'm playing solos, I'm a very conservative player. I'm not going out there to fight, so I'm carrying majority mobility items, one or two guns, and then a heal. If I'm in squads, I can definitely carry more guns. Not that I'll use them per chance, but I definitely find myself carrying that extra SMG or that extra sniper compared to before. When I'm in duos, it just kinda depends on how we're feeling that night, because sometimes and this goes a long way, guys, depending on your energy during gameplay and how the vibes are, that can really dictate your gameplay. If you've been having a bad day and you get on the game and you're getting wiped left and right and you're raging, you're not gonna play good. You've got to have the right mentality, you've gotta have, the vibes. The vibes have to be great. That's what they say, right? So make sure you have the you're in the right mindset going in. And it don't even matter what your loadout is. If you're having fun, at the end of the day, that's what gaming is about. It's just about having fun, guys.
Yeah.
How, how you been how you been feeling about that Grim 4, like, loadout wise and whatnot?
I like running double mobility. I hate getting caught without mobility. If I get caught without mobility, then it's me just using because it's zero build, and if I don't have bunkers and I don't have mobility, then I'm just using trees and using rocks and running sliding, and I just feel at an immense handicap. Everyone else is running around with turtle mythic weapons and flying through the air. They've got the grapple blade and so if I've been running double mobility, and really I kind of stumbled on that with my Spider-Man video,
Yeah,
running a two weapon, two mobility loadout with one heal, and I really like that play style. And so, but because I'm a weirdo and I do thematic type whatever, I turn around and go make a John Wick, and I'm not going to run that same build on a John Wick. On a
right.
John Wick, I'm going to, add a sniper rifle in there. And so I've been changing up and trying two weapon loadouts, three weapon loadouts, double mobility, and all of that stuff. Or, Steve Rogers, like they have the Riot Shield too. And the Riot Shield probably when it first got introduced was kind of problematic. Nobody really knew how to fight against it, and as people learned how to, run, slide, and juke and jump over the top of it and how to fight it, and even still, when you know how to do that, it's not the easiest thing. So, and it only takes them switching from the riot shield to their pump and pumping you once, and it changes the course of the fight.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I've just been playing around with a bunch of different loadouts. I just hate getting caught with no mobility. So, and I don't know. I think my play style has a lot to do with that too. I'm not a pacifist, but I can be W key, but
Yeah.
I like trying to play.
Bush camper, perchance?
Yeah, I would be, yeah, Bush Camp Dad and I would probably be buddies. We would be buddies.
I
Bush
like it. I
Camp
like it.
Junior.
But I don't. That's the thing. Uh-oh, what's going on? But
I
the
think
thing.
Jason's telling us time to wrap it up.
Yeah, time to wrap it up. But I
Yeah.
think the thing about the bush camping though is um I reached out to MF Buddy and I asked MF to run with me in ranked because ranked gameplay versus regular gameplay is different,
Mhm.
right? How you approach both those, because if you go and you try and do W key in ranked, um it's rough.
Yeah.
There's no bots in ranked. It's all legit players and they're all similarly ranked, similarly skilled as you. And so trying to W key in ranked is difficult. There are some people that do it, but um, I contacted MF Buddy and I told him that, hey, I don't want to always be a bush camper. I would like to be more assertive and more dangerous.
Yeah.
And so would you run with me in ranked, and would you kind of guide me in that, because you can watch videos that tell you, yeah, jumped into creative maps, do the creative maps and just throw yourself into combat over and over again, and so you can do that and learn on your own time frame, or you can run with one of these absolute murderers, that is just really good in the game, and you can see exactly how they rotate, how they when they push, how they everything. And so I want to see that too. Not that you guys aren't absolute murderers, but you know, um these guys can drop 30 bombs, and so
Yeah, and creative maps for sure.
yeah. So I want to see how it's done, alongside them. But well, what other things, so we can wrap this up here?
Well, I have a question for you guys real quick, right before we wrap this up. By no means are where we want to be with our content goals, but for all the people out there, for the young kids maybe listening in, what kind of motivation, what kind of advice could you give to someone that just wants to start? They don't even want to get anywhere crazy, but that just wants to start making content. What's a good piece of advice you could give someone?
You gonna,
Was it me first?
yeah,
Was it
go
me?
ahead,
Yeah,
BK.
go ahead.
I would just say just hit that live button and then just have as much fun as you can, man. That's because for content creation itself, it's I know some people take it as a full-time job, and some people do it for fun, and just you also have a big difference for streaming too. But if you want to do it, just hit that live button. You don't need a thumbnail. You can start fresh, brand new, off the ground. That's what it's going to do. I know YouTube will, when you hit that consistency key, YouTube will j- shared you out and about. And then you have people that hit the like. They boost that. Even each and every live chat person that goes in that little stream, they're gonna YouTube's gonna make it go out. And but just main thing is fun. I love I'm having fun with you guys. I'm having fun making content itself. I'm having fun. That's the biggest thing.
Sure. How about you, Grim?
Um, my question would be to them is if they're wanting to do it for a hobby, if they're wanting to do it for income. So if they're wanting to do it for income, then having a polished production. Now, get started, get going, because that's one of the hardest things to do. But can I relate it to professional combat sports for a second?
Yeah.
In combat sports, you'll have people that think that if I want to get anywhere, a fighter, if I want to get anywhere, I just need to win my fights and everything else will take care of itself. And that's not how it actually works. They can be 20 and 0, but be missing all of the other most important things that will get them to the UFC and Bellator. And I've coached people that have fought in Bellator and the UFC. So I know this for a fact that you could be 20 and 0 and not ever get there. And the reality of it is, and not only that, that individual, even though they're 20 and 0, they're making substantially less money than the other people that are doing it right. And so if they want to do it and make a career out of it, you get affiliate programs going, you get sponsors and endorsements, and understanding what a sponsor is, understanding an endorsement, how to do affiliate marketing. And like there's so many things. You having 100, or let's say having 3,000, my Elder Scrolls Online YouTube has between 3 and 4,000 subscribers. The amount of revenue that that makes, or income that that make, is nowhere near what I make in my Patreon, my merchandise sales, my sponsorship,
Mhm.
and things like that, or tips coming in. And so if you want to do it just for funsies, then that's one thing. And if you want to do it to make money and offset expenses and like really make a run at it, there's a different approach to it. And in combat sports, it's the same way. Everybody thinks that it's all about the fight, and it's actually about your ticket sales and getting sponsors. Sponsors will put money in your pocket, and sponsors become another avenue for you to sell tickets to and sell your T-shirts to, your merchandise to. And so, and sponsors turn around and help you um, grow your brand, grow your name recognition. And so that is super important. So I think collaborations are probably really important too. If you are leaning more towards wanting it to be a career situation, you want to be collabing with individuals, and they don't need to be the hundred or the million.
Mhm.
Would it be awesome to collab with Cypher PK? Absolutely, because I have questions for him. But and he has millions and millions of viewers, so that's really great. But collabs are really important. Like we want to get
Sure.
you know Professor Gas on here, and MF Buddy, and Toby One Shinobi, and maybe Cypher PK, or AK. You know, what if we get these guys? So
Yeah.
Nick. So I don't know. That's
Yeah.
my thing on it. There's one way to do it, and then there's another way. So they need to choose their own adventure.
Yeah. I have just a few words on this. I would say easily what you both have reiterated is just do it. Just hit that live button. That's what I did. Just for fun, even if you don't know if you want to do it, just hit that live button. You never know what can happen. You never know who can come through your chat. Twitch is crazy. It's online. It's social media. It's the internet for Pete's sake. Everyone's on it all the time. You never know. You could get discovered. And I would say find community, find other people, kind of like you said, Grim. I'm a part of the MVP stream team, and it's one of the best things that's happened to me in the last year. It's community, it's people that support you. You might not think that your video is going to get a lot of views, and you might be down in the dumps, but if you have people that can just constantly motivate you, and people that'll constantly what's the word, strengthen you, if that's the right word, in that aspect, that definitely helps. That Yeah.
Here you go. I got a nice little. I've always watched this on another podcast, and it's just a solo podcast. It's the biggest question there is. If you have just your phone, what would be the main three apps you would use? Not including, YouTube, you know, just YouTube and okay, just YouTube. Like you can't, not including YouTube, but what would be the three apps you would include? Just three.
Isaac would probably be better suited for this because I would say TikTok, Instagram, and
Are we referring like in referral to content creation or just personally?
No, just personal. It's just a
Oh,
personal question.
personally,
Oh yeah.
and this is no one's gonna agree with this. Give me my alarm clock app, or else I'm never waking up. Give me my rain sounds app, or else I'm never falling asleep. And give me my DoorDash app, or else I'm never eating.
Oh my god.
Nice. You're welcome.
he's like done. He's like
Done.
rodeo.
I'm good.
I've had it.
Yeah, he's the bull rider. He just wrestled the calf to the ground, tied it up,
Yeah.
and went.
That last one is kind of arguable, guys. Don't waste your money on DoorDash. Just
Just gonna
walk.
do it.
Just drive. Don't use DoorDash.
For me, I would actually not having YouTube, but I would actually like to have maybe a little off the charts thing because I offhand like to do crypto. So I use like a little crypto cents app. You watch a few ads, you get a few little cents back. I like to do that. Probably another one would probably be of course, if I have to, TikTok as well for like passing time. I also talk to my girlfriend on there as well. We send like little cute videos back and forth. So what happens when you're starting to get into a nice relationship? Uh, Probably the last one would be I would probably say my Xfinity app because I gotta know who's getting on my website. I don't want people on my internet. I gotta know how much I've used. I also have they give me little pings from Bill. So that's pretty much the only three I would actually have with me.
I like it.
Sounds good. Well, I think that probably wraps up episode number 2 of Aim Down Sights. It was lot more about us and lot less about Fortnite, but at least now you see the people driving the bus, and we're all
Sure.
crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
we were
gonna
talking about
crash it.
that chicken gameplay earlier. If you want to see a bunch of chickens playing Fortnite, there you go. Just stop by the podcast, guys.
I'll
Yeah,
crash the bus for us.
yeah. We're gonna aim at recording every Monday, and then probably within that week we're gonna have a new episode out, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. So,
Sounds
all
all
right.
good to me.
Yeah, you guys be safe. Have a good
You
night.
too, man. High
Later,
fives. High
guys.
fives all around.